Hi, my name is Mary.alber. I'm here to share an exciting opportunity. The Education Innovation Collaborative is a social impact organization seeking to build a coalition, a regional representation of people who want to see a dramatic shift in education sooner than later. And we're calling it the LEAP Collaborative. The goal is to create learning ecosystems that actually support transformation of the individual and the social collective consciousness of the whole. Here we go. There's one thing we all agree that are involved with EIC, and that is what Elon Musk has also shared. Really, the only thing that makes sense is to strive for greater collective enlightenment. We believe in this philosophy because there are many growing, challenging problems in the world, and we need to think way out of the box to figure out how are we humans going to transcend this reality. Here we have a number of our challenges that we've decided are worth trying to solve. COVID is causing major loss of learning for many students. Employers can't fill open positions. The employees that were put on furlough or laid off don't want to come back to work for low-wage jobs that aren't meaningful and that take them away from their children and their elderly parents at home. We have expanding poverty and achievement gaps during this COVID time. And democracy has shown itself to be quite unstable with growing divisiveness. We also have evidence of the planetary climate chaos with increasingly unstable electric systems, power systems, and emergency recovery systems. We see that the automation of our factories is leading to greater and greater unemployment, and also increasing the dangers of the misuse of artificial intelligence, which are two areas that Elon has been speaking recently about as serious problems, biggest problems perhaps for humanity. And the education system is essentially unable to prepare citizens for this bold, brave, dangerous new world that we are unintentionally having created from perhaps our ingenuity with science and technology, but now we are not keeping up. We humans aren't fully understanding the implications of the technologies that have been growing increasingly prevalent in our social media and in our business communities. Basically, we're in over our heads, and it's time to do something about it. Our solution is that we believe we can enlighten humans and their societies through deep learning and systemic transformation. In other words, it's time to take the leap to 22nd century learning ecosystems. And what does this mean? We're calling it the LEAP because it's the Learning Ecosystems Accelerated Prototyping Program. And our goal is to empower the selfpreneur within each of us to thrive to our unique potential. And as this diagram shows, we have the passions and talents and values of each individual person put together into their personalized learning plan, and the outcome of that plan is to find their unique place in the world that contributes something to the betterment of that world. And as we see the definition for selfpreneur, a designer, creator, and collaborative self-developer of one's best life of service. This is, we believe, possible for everyone to realize their inner selfpreneur. So what do we feel every selfpreneur should be able to do? To self-direct themselves, to be a reflective learner, continuously growing and developing into an even better human, to be able to investigate complex systems especially those that are now embracing the complexity of technology at the edge of human comprehension. Down here, we want to be able to create things that actually contribute to a better world, a more beautiful, functioning world. And over here, we want everyone to be able to design, envision, imagine, and be innovative about what that future life looks like for the self and for others. And finally, down here, we have collaborate. The ability to connect, to relate, to serve the well-being of others as a compassionate caretaker of the world and others in it, other beings as well as sentient and non-sentient ecosystems. And on this page, we basically are sharing that of those 5 categories of competencies or capacities, there are critical questions that every selfpreneur can be involved in answering. In human development, how do we develop individual meaningful contribution to the world and our collective enlightened awareness? In science and technology, how do we develop these technologies to benefit the life and ecosystems of individuals and the planet and not cause harm? How do we build physical ecosystems that are actually beautiful and nurturing in our homes and our buildings and our towns and our cities so that we are having a thriving environment rather than one that's degrading and harmful to us? How do we go and design the future, physical, social, and learning systems that inspire and empower everyone to contribute their unique talents? And in human ecosystems, how do we optimally nurture a democratic, compassionate community that serves the well-being of all? So our vision to do this bold endeavor is called a Thrive Learning Lab ecosystem. And in this system, you'd see over here we have the coaches hub, which is basically the new teacher or professor or mentor and counselor who agrees to be on a coach team for an individual learner. The learner gets to choose, the selfpreneur gets to choose who is on their coach team from that collection or that hub of available people. They also choose the real projects that they're going to work on to develop their skills, capacities, competencies to meet their learning plan. And in the first early parts of this, they're exploring the world and where their particular talents, gifts, interests are aligned. Later on, they develop more competency, like an entry-level position into a job. And over time, they develop increasing mastery. And this real project hub is going to be utilizing cross-disciplinary challenges, as we described on the last page, and also the use of state-of-the-art AR, VR, MR, all of the alternative and blended realities that we can experience, immersive and simulated experiences of these very challenging situations and work together in collaboration to solve them. And the outcome will be every student has a portfolio of the competencies and capacities that they've acquired to be able to support their well-being and that of others. So the leaps that we are really prototyping in these learning labs is the shift from today's system of education in which teachers drive all decisions about scheduling, homework, what kind of tests they're going to be, and give the grades. Well, in the future, the learners are going to be at the helm of their learning plan. In past or today, the diplomas are kind of structured degrees that you get, and it might be a 2, 3, 4-year time-based or a high school diploma after 4 years. These are time-based, laid out by an entity like a state or the federal government for what does a diploma mean. However, in the future, we're talking about gaining capacities for the ideal life work that that person is aiming to do with their talents. The past was to play the grades game. In the future, it's play the game of self-mastery. How fast can I achieve mastery of my goals and my highest potential? And today we follow, you get rewarded as a student if you follow the rules and conform to what the education system says you should do to get ahead and to succeed. In the future and today, we need to allow students to break the rules and to be innovative and creative and fail, and not to be always assuming that success is achieving what somebody told you you should achieve. In today, it's get a job to survive. In the future, it's create a job to thrive. Today, it's pursue wealth and toys as kind of the holy grail of why you go get an education. And in the future, it's to pursue the unknown, to inspire and to improve the world. We're talking a quantum shift. So what is this new system going to do for people? We believe that every player in this ecosystem will benefit. Not only will the learners enjoy deep self-directed learning, but educators and experts are going to enjoy coaching and inspiring those learners. Parents are going to enjoy that their children are actually thriving in their learning experience rather than being bullied and depressed or bored. Leaders are going to enjoy the empowering that they can give to the staff and to the teachers and to the students as well. Communities are going to enjoy collaborating on this future of learning system. And the employees are always going to be growing and developing themselves through the learning labs. And the employers are going to have finally happy, productive employees that are self-directed, as opposed to doing the minimum amount of work or not even wanting to show up. And finally, not finally, but how are we going to do this? Well, how do we get there? Students are going to be at the helm of this leapfrogging process. And when we say LEAP, I said before, Learning Ecosystems Accelerated Prototyping, but also FROG, Future Reengineering Operation Go. And so we're ready to get going on this with Prototype Alpha, where the groups of design clubs would be students in middle, high school, and college who are helping to co-create the future of learning. And they'll be doing a quest for self-preneur mastery, as well as a quest to design our learning lab for our community. In the phase 2 prototype, or the beta, we'll actually have physical places where the plans from phase 1 get implemented in phase 2. And that will be more around capacity development system, where they have a personal learning plan, real projects to do, and their coach team entourage supporting them to achieve their plan. And then in the third phase would be where we connect all those learning labs into a network where students can learn from anyone, anywhere across the state. And as we build out this network of ecosystems, they could be partnering with coaches and do projects anywhere in the country and become pursuit of a particular occupational life path that they are most interested in, even if it doesn't exist in their particular community or even in their particular state. And so what's our plan for this? Well, we believe there's a couple ways we could go, and it could be the slow road or the low leap, or the fast road and the high leap. And it's going to take some different amount of investment. We would obviously love to do this on the fast high leap because we could reach more kids, more students of all ages. We could cover more regions and communities, and we can build that network faster and the systems behind that network so that we could really scale and amplify and impact, 1 million people in phase 3 would be, great. And if we do this right, we could move even faster than we have even anticipated. So finally, I just wanted to say, I hope this has inspired you as it has us to want to leap to the future of learning that empowers everyone to their highest potential, and moreover, empowers our communities and our country and our world to be a far healthier, nurturing, and supportive place for everyone. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I look forward to hearing from you.